Good morning, everybody. My name is Tristan, and this is my first recording in the shop of 2026. And also, this is our 12th video of my 2026 New Year's Day videos here on my channel. In today's video, we're going to editing the pictures of one of my favorite television shows from 2011 until 2023. You guessed it, it's Bubble Guppies. There's a seasons of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We've got a total of about 6 seasons of Bubble Guppies, released in 2011 until 2023. To edit this, we're using Paint.net 5.1.11. We're going to kick things off with Season 1. We've got a total of about 18 images to get through. So, without further ado, let's get the editing started so we can see the original image as the Bubble Guppies as themselves. To see them, click on the Open button to see each image. Once again, about 18 of these images. That's just like that. We're going to start things off with episode 19, Bubble Bites. It's only to see Una as herself. Would I do that using the selection box like this? And then click on the crop to selection button. How simple is that? But either way, we've got a total of 2 pictures of the episode Bubble Bites. This one is from the grocery store. This is holding the dollars right there. 3 of them to be exact. So all we have to do is using the selection box. I'm just do it right here. And then click on the crop to selection button. That's just like that. Okay. Next is going to be Fishball. That will be episode 10. It's only going to have Dima as herself. Is by using the selection box. That's just like that. And next is the Grumpfish Special. That is looking like this. In this one, that Una is pretty lovely and smart with his dress. You see right there, which is pink and white. The next stop will be, I'll look it up on Wikipedia to figure out what episode is. Oh, I guess must be episode 8. Who's gonna play the big bad wolf? It must be Dima as herself. To do that, I'm using the selection box right here, just like that. The next one is the very first episode of season 1, Call a Ambulance. in which I have a total for at least about 4 pictures of Call It Crumulence. That will be episode 1. And then for only just 1 picture of episode 2, the Crayon Green. And next up will be episode 3, which is Golby as himself. And next up is the 2 pictures from It Must Be episode 5. It will be the episode Ducks in a Row. It must be Gil as himself. And finally, the second one, Una as herself. And always to forget about that Molly and Dima race it into the Crayon Gree with their vehicles. Must be cars. And always to forget about episode 4, Build Me a Building. And now we're going to do the next one. And then this. How about I could do the selection box over Molly and Una? Maybe I'm gonna look at the Bubble Guppies Wickedy. So for the category is must be characters. There we go. Oh, I guess must be that Molly and Una are good friends. How could I forget about that? Okay, looks like all 18 pictures are ready. To do this using the keys of Control Alt S to save all of them. Oh, look at that. You think the cookies are finished now, Dad? Especially is double chocolate chip, sugar, and oatmeal raisin. That is just like that. There, I've got my cookie stand all set up. And now we can save all 18 pictures. By clicking on the OK button 18 times. Because of that, season 1 is the best. It's filmed in 4:3, which is in full screen. Now that all 18 pictures are finally complete, it's now edited. Now we have to do is get rid of those pictures. Just like that. So now we can see it better by to go over to view, then press Control Shift 1 to go to extra large icons to see it better. And now over to season 2. There's only 3 pictures. But this time for season 2, all the way from season 6, is then 16:9, which is in standard widescreen. Which is right here. I think those must be that Molly and Una are good friends, especially those pirates. They having a pirate picnic. See, they got um, their um, their picnic basket, the picnic blanket, and of course the cups. So now we're gonna using these selection box over Una and Molly and also the picnic stuff. That's just like that. And now we're headed to this one. And the next and the other one that's looking like this. You guessed it, folks. It must have been that Una become a tooth fairy. I'm going to do it just right there. That looks perfect. Okay, we're going to start with here. So, when I'm ready to start, pressing Control Alt S to save all of them. I click on the OK button 3 times for 3 images. But this one is taken from the first episode of season 2, which is episode 1, X marks the spot. It must be a pirate themed episode. It must be from 2011. And now, all I have to do now is press Control Shift 1 for extra large. Okay, the next season, it must be episode 3, in which I've got a total for at least about 12 images. So, all I have to do now is we're going to drag the pictures in paint.net. To do that, we can do is click on the open button. That even just like that as well. We're gonna kick things off with the first episode of season 3. Get ready for school, released in 2013. We're gonna start things off with Una as herself. Maybe I can have a copy of that. To do that, I'll click on Save As. We're using the directory of the file. I'll put up number 1 and then click on and pressing the Enter button on your keyboard. And now over to Ivy. In this one, it has he's holding his lunchbox. And next up is the police themed episode. So first, I'm going to do the speed meter. That's looking like this. So, all I have to do is making the first copy, or maybe I'm going to do a name. I'll just call it Speed Meteor .png, and then click on the Enter button. Now we're heading to Gil first as himself. All I have to do now is making a copy. That is just like that. There. It's all good now. Okay. The next one, it must be two images from, I'll look it up on the Wikipedia of the Bubble Guppies episodes. It must be episode 3, The Elephant Trunk a Dunk, released in September 23rd, 2013. So I could do that. So all I have to do now is using the selection box right here to do the pictures. Let's start things off with Dima first as a copy. So watch me. Oh, yeah. And now I think Una is a ballerina now, is just looking like this. I think it was this one is taken from the episode The Arctic Life. And this one, it's from a bee themed episode. And this one is a Christmas themed episode. And this one is from episode with the bullfrogs. Speaking of that, Fernando is a frog now. You can see right there. Oh, and I always forget. There. I think that's all the images of season 3. Let's start off with in here. I'll count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For the rest, I have 9 images. I'm going to start by clicking it right here. Perfect. Now let's save all the images. Is by is pressing Control Alt S to save all 9 of the rest of the images. There. That's all for season 3. All right. The next season I'm talking about, by first is going to press Control Shift 1 for extra large. And then we're going to do about release about 6 images of the episode of the 4th season. We're going to start things off with the first episode of season 4, which is episode 1, the glitter games. And then it's from the episode The New Doghouse. We're going to start these off with Una as herself first. And and after that, it's Dima as herself this time. To do that by pressing Control Z. How simple is that? And now it's time to head into here as Una become a caveman looking like this. Maybe a cave girl, or especially known as a cave guppy. And next stop, that Una become a chef, which is right here. And now, next stop, it must be the episode The New Year's Dragon. It must be in the bamboo forest of China. Next stop, it must be sheepdoggy. It must be it must be episode 10, released in March 29th, 2016. Okay. We're going to start these off with Dima as herself first. I could do that again for the selection box. We'll do it right here. Ah, there we go. That's more like it. And now for the original copy. It must be Una as herself. By doing that, by pressing Control Z. There. That should do it. And for the rest of that, there are 5 images by pressing Control Alt S. There. Now it's up to for the last step by pressing Control S to save. Okay, folks, this is it. This is the moment you have been waiting for. About 21 images of season 5. So, let's do all 21 of them. So, let's do that, shall we? it may take about a couple of moments for the images to come up. There we go. All I have to do is using the selection box is over to Dima, the season 5 look. So let's do that. There. And now the moment. Zooey as herself. Oh, I think it must be from the episodes waiting in a rainforest. Maybe I'm going to do the code meter first so I can make a copy of that. Looking like this. So watch me. And now for this. We're going to do a copy. Let's do Ema first. And then Una second. There we go. That should do it. Now we can do one more. Looking like this. I think that's all. And now we can save all the images of season 5. I'm gonna save all of it by pressing the OK button. So I can do that right now. Now that was some busy work I got here. And it's all done for the fifth season. Now we have to do is get rid of the images. Okay, folks, this is it. This is the moment you have been waiting for. Time to do the last season of the Bubble Guppies. It must be season 6. We've got a total of at least about 30 images. So, I have to do now is going to do all 30 of them. It's taken about a long time. So, I can always do that. So, here we go. Ooh, we've got a customer here. So, hold on for a moment, folks. Well, I think all 30 pictures are ready to start. Anyways, let's get back to business, shall we? We're going to kick things off with this. There we go. We're going to start things out with a speed meter like this. Is to make a copy looking like this. And now, here comes the best image of all. This. I'm using the selection box right here. Maybe I can make a copy of this. And now over to Gil as himself, too. Must be the original copy. Just like that. And now we're heading to the last three images of one of my favorite episodes of all time, Zooey's new pet. We're going to kick things off with this one. Let's do Zelda the seahorse first, and then Zooey. Yeah, I can do that. Is to make a copy looking like this one. And now let's handed to Zooey as herself. Is using the selection box. I'm going to put just right here. I think that looks perfect. Well, I think that's all we have the pictures of all 6 seasons. There's only one last step. Save all the images of season 6. And that's all the episodes of season 6. Well, my work here is especially done. See? I think that's all the pictures. But we're still going to do one more. It must be this. Now that's more like it. But only this time, we've got a total of 31 images, the editing versions. Well, I think that's all the images of editing of season 1 all the way through episodes from season 6. But don't worry, we still continue with my Google AI program stuff. But in the 13th video, will be coming right up so we can do the 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 Google AI program that looking like this. So stay tuned for the 13th, won't you?